everyone, and welcome back to Mishey Cat Yoga. I'm your girl, Mishey Cat, also known as Michelle. And today in our video, we are going to just be doing a meditation. This meditation is going to be with the gods, the deities of the Hinduism culture is what we're going to be working with today. So, to prepare yourself to be meditating with the gods, we want to be in a most comfortable position. If it is this cross-legged position, maybe it's the lotus legs, maybe your hips are elevated up by a block or a pillow. This could be option one. You can also be laying flat in a comfortable bed, couch, floor. Make sure you have some cushions underneath you. And lastly, an option I would highly suggest is coming to our reclining butterfly. So bringing the soles of the feet together and the knees open, slide those blocks underneath the knees for support. Maybe you want to use pillows or whatever you got. And then just finding a comfortable space laying all the way down. So finding yourself in that most comfortable position, however it feels good in your body. If you have some incense or candles, you're more than welcome to burn them as well. So once we finally found that comfortable spot, just taking a couple breaths, deep breaths in through the nose, big breath out through the mouth, settling in. So we're going to just start by a little discussion of some of these deities, some of these gods. Three big ones, important ones that make up the Trimurti, the divine trio of Hinduism. When we think of that number three as really significant in history, in religion, and in lots of aspects, we've got the Trinity, the Triad, the Trio, lots of things coming in threes. So these three gods that we are going to be working with in our meditation today, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. So those three gods together create the cycle of life. Brahma is the creator of life, the source. And Vishnu is the preserver of life. Then we have Shiva as the destroyer. So all three kind of represent that birth, that life, the death, and then again it just continues. Rebirth, life, death. And maybe this isn't very literal, saying born, live, die. This could be not talking about your human life cycle. This could be talking about a cycle of habits, a cycle of routines, anything really. So those three gods, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, are going to make up the Trimurti, the divine trio. The mudra, the hand symbol for these, is creating, you guessed it, 3 points, triangle. So we're going to bring our thumbs together, our pointer fingers together, and let those other fingers just kind of spread wide. We're going to hold that mudra here, right at the low belly, and this can be done when we're seated, laying, or in that butterfly position. And it can stay here throughout the whole rest of the meditation, or you can release it whenever you feel like it. So finding yourself in that comfortable space, let the eyes start to rest, close down. Soften the body, soften the jaw, soften the eyes, cheeks, and ears. Slowing your breath down, Take as many big exhalations as you need. Fidgets, let them all happen, all the wiggles happen, so we can settle completely and fully into our body, into this meditation. So we'll begin with the first transition of Brahma. Brahma is the holder of the ancient Veda text that hold so many stories and history of the Hindu culture. Starting to think back to where your story began. Are there any limited beliefs that you were told as you were younger, that you might have grew up on, believing to be true, believing to be the one and the only way? And as we start to explore some of those beliefs, we wonder if they remain true today. Exploring some of the limited beliefs that we might be holding on to that simply are not true anymore for us. After exploring some of those thoughts, some of those beliefs that we might still be holding on to, take a deep breath into that triangle, into that trinity, into that equanimity that lies between our hands. Breathe deeply into that space and exhale. Allow some of those limited beliefs to leave you. Let go of them. Maybe someone once told us who we were. Someone once told us how we are. We release all of that now so we can for ourselves find out who we truly are today. We all have to begin somewhere. Coming back to that beginning, that creation of our life, the creation of our thoughts and our opinions of who we are, who we want to be. And as Brahma holds those Vedic texts, so ancient and so true, we start to invite the true facts, the true beliefs of who it is that we are. Taking some time here, exploring any other limited beliefs in our lives about other people, other things, habits, whatever it may be. Recognize if that is truly how we feel, or if it's something we were told and just continue to believe as we got old. Big inhale one more time right into that triangle, and exhale, release, let it go, soften the lips, soften the jaw, and soften the throat. Remember that we are always supported by spirit, supported by the earth, supported by the source. And throughout life, when things happen, we take them as learning opportunities. Such as Lord Vishnu had many opportunities to learn Lord Vishnu was reincarnated 10 different times. Each time he came back as a person, different person, animal, or hybrid, to learn a valuable lesson and to share that lesson with others. Maybe chanting this affirmation, maybe out loud, maybe in your head. I am balanced at the center of my being. I embrace life's transitions as opportunities, smoothly and easily. I am balanced at the center of my being. I embrace life's transitions as opportunities, smoothly and easily. I am balanced at the center of my being. I embrace life's transitions as opportunities, smoothly and easily. Inhale into that mudra. Exhale, releasing any tension, worries, or nerves that we may be feeling about any different type of transition in our life as we get older, maybe transitioning into a job, transitioning into a new phase, new people, new place, whatever it may be. Know that you're always supported by Source, by Earth, by Lord Vishnu. And taking all of these transitions as learning opportunities. Starting something new is scary, but it's also exciting. You can be more than just one thing. You can be all the things. You can be 10 different reincarnations of any particular person, place, or thing. One more deep breath into that mudra, low belly, or just into the belly and the heart. Open mouth, exhale, release it now. As we explore the limited beliefs of our beginning, and then moving through all of the learning opportunities that life has to offer us, brings us to the end. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. So knowing that those old things needed to end so that the newness can arrive. Greeting the end of that cycle, that era, or maybe even life, with open eyes and eagerness instead of resistance. This is where our good friend Lord Shiva comes into play. Shiva, known as the Destroyer, is not only identified just as destruction. Shiva was also a devoted yogi, a loving husband and father, as well as the brave, destructive warrior. So not putting a label on everything, not putting everything into its box and closing the lid. Knowing that everything has a beginning, middle, and end. Bringing this end with grace, meeting this end with a celebration. This is the cycle of creation. We'll envision a little door on the top of our head start to open. We'll allow all of this light energy to just start pouring into the top of our head. All of that energy from source, whatever you believe it is, the one and the only source energy coming down into your head. Going down through the spinal column, Harnadi Shohana, and anchoring right around the area where your hands are, creating the Trimurti symbol. This is also known as the hara. This also is known area where all of the Kundalini energy is coiled up, ready to spring forth all the way up the spine. So just absorbing that light energy through the crown of your head as it washes over your face. Your face just starts to melt. Your throat relaxes, opens up. The heart starts to open up. Belly relaxes. And we're absorbing all of that energy right into the hara. Take a few moments. Feel the light descending down, anchoring into that powerful place underneath your hands. And you can always release the hands whenever you need to, knowing that sacred spot, that sacred area. Maybe in your mind, just visualizing that sacred trinity, the triangle of the Trimurti. Those three powerful, most important, epic gods of Hinduism. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Taking the deepest breath all the way into the hara, through the crown of your head. We're imagining this circular formation start to happen, beginning at that place where your hands are, the low belly, the Kundalini center, the hara, the root or sacral chakra. Inhale into that space. Next breath in, we draw that energy that's locked up in there and guide it upwards, up the spine, up towards the heart, up past the throat, all the way up over the crown. And it starts to shoot out the top of your head, cascading around your body, entering back into the earth. And it's this cycle that never ends. It absorbs into the earth. It gets pulled back up into your body, back up into that hara, all the way up through all the chakras, out the crown of your head, cascading around you again, back into earth. So imagining your breath in this circular cycle as you draw earth energy up through the body, pushing it out the crown of your head, letting it flow all around your aura, absorbs it back into the earth, and then again, up through the heart, up through the spine, up through those energy centers, out through the head, cascading around. So imagining that cycle of energy, mimicking the cycle of a flower, for example. The seed starts from the ground, starts to sprout above surface level, grows a long, strong stem, blooms into an amazing flower, giving out smells and energy, and nutrients and vitamins and pollen. But over time, eventually that flower has to die. And whether it's destroyed by time itself, sun, animals, humans, whatever it may be, eventually that flower will fall, disintegrate, and melt back into the earth, fertilizing the earth, only to be reborn again, maybe into something different, maybe into a blade of grass, a different plant, a tree. Whatever it may be, it's going through that same cycle into the earth, up from the earth, sprouting into life, growing tall, blooming at the very top, like that energy coming out of your head. And eventually it has to fall back down into the earth where it is becoming fertilizer, becoming something different, being reborn. Spending our last few moments in that cycle, that visualization. And then we'll bring our hands to our heart here and take a moment to connect with these gods, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, asking them each to gift you with the knowledge of life, living, and death, creation, preservation, destruction. Asking for the acceptance and being able to release any fear that we have about the end of that cycle. Change that fear into excitement. Breathing into the heart space here. One more time. Big exhale, release as you start to blink the eyes open. And maybe stretch the face, maybe stretch the arms out. Thank you so much for joining me in this meditation with the gods. Please stay tuned for future videos. I would love to go more in depth to each god individually, especially Vishnu, with all of his 10 reincarnations. So please remember to be kind to yourself, to have no fear, and to always be curious about yourself, about this investigation that we're doing. Through these practices of yoga and meditation, we find our self-discovery. We find things about ourselves that we may have never known. We find things about ourselves that we thought to be true. Turns out they can be something different. Thank you again so much for joining me. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel and view my videos. Like and comment on the ones you like the most. Peace and love, my yogi cats. Namaste.